Well, here we are at the business end of the night. The Hunter Communications Sprint Car Gold Cup, 20 laps, a class field, Greg Rust.
Certainly is. Lands 15 starters in this one. Keep an eye out for Loadsman, Sailard, Attard, Tunks and a whole host of others.
Well, the mighty Whitey on the outside of the race, rookie Jones. Jones got a good start there as the white dust comes up and the field heads down into turns 1, 2 for the first of 20 laps. Tunks has gone a bit wide there. It looks like he touched wheels with it. I think it was Darren Sailard, as we now look at the replay and try and pick it up.
Certainly is, Lance. It seemed to me that Sailard only just manages to get out of this one, and the innocent victims appear to be Tunks and Loadsman.
Drivers now reforming up for the restart of the 20-lap feature. The Hunter Communications Sprint Car Gold Cup. On the inside, Jamie Jones gets another good start and heads the field down into turn 1.
Take nothing away from Whitey, though, although he's running a little bit high on that particular occasion. Here comes the winner of race number 2 this evening, Scott Davies, and he's dicing very heavily with White. All the while, that has allowed Peter Attard up the inside. That's hurt Attard, though. Went too wide into that particular corner. Davies now bounces back from this one. White falling back through the field.
And White's got a very good reason there, Greg Rust, and that is because he's kissed the wall on the exit of turn number 4. Now he's got himself well and truly set up as he dives down into turns 3 and 4. And oh, look at that, Pizzuti spun around as well.
We turn our attention back to our leader, and that, of course, is the very talented youngster aboard car number 36, Jamie Jones, in the Gibson engine machine, doing a terrific job. A gap further back, of course, to Davies. He's being absolutely hounded by Attard. White is in 4th place. Here's the tussle going on back in 6th place. This is John Shaw in the Caltex machine. Here comes Grant Tunks, the talented youngster, sticks a wheel up the inside. Shaw, though, the experience showing, shuts the door on him. Here's White on screen now, still doing a good job at the moment, hounding Peter Attard. Surprisingly, though, I thought White's car might have succumbed to some sort of mechanical woes after clouding the wall earlier.
Yes, well, there's certainly technical pieces of machinery in the rear end of these cars. The quick change diffs. Let's turn our attention to the action on the track on the screen in front of us now, though. You saw right before your very eyes, Peter Attard dashed up the inside of Scott Davies. Have a go at the lead that Jamie Jones has got over the rest of the field as he heads them down the main straight for yet another lap around the Wings Newcastle Motordrome. White on screen there. He's the one in the all-white car number 90. He's had his woes tonight, but he's certainly got himself well and truly set. He ducks up the inside of the circuit there, lifts the front left-hand wheel up on the berm on the inside of the circuit, hotly in pursuit of car number 53, Peter Attard. Attard loves that low line.
A good crowd in attendance here at the Wins Newcastle Motordrome this evening, and a lot of them are here, of course, to see the new New South Wales champion, and that, of course, is Skip Jackson with the skilled engineering machine. A broken manifold has found to be the cause of the dilemma, and he won't be taking part in proceedings here in this main one. That's John Shaw on screen, manages to sneak up the inside of Sailard, so he's on a good charge at this point in time. If you have a look at that front window of his, it's sitting a little differently to the others, possibly John opting for a different setup here at Newcastle.
Well, track conditions now becoming rather slick out there, Greg Rust, as now number 55 ducks up the inside, and the driver of that car is Grant Tunks. He's made up a mile of room from coming back towards the rear of the grid. Back to the track surfaces I was alluding to, Pizzuti making the best of it, getting up the inside there at number 34, and the driver of that car, of course, is Darren Sailard. So now Pizzuti out in quest of victory here tonight. But the track surface, very, very slick indeed. You can see the black rubber marks that are being laid down. That means that all of the loose surface that was on that part of the track down on the low line has now been washed to the outside.
John Shaw now manages to get himself one further forward, so he'd have to be very happy about that. Relegates White one further back. Shaw seems to have backed off the pace just a little bit, can't quite shut the door between himself and Attard. Here again is Davies coming under a mile of pressure, not really showing still too much in the way of stress in that regard. Oh, Attard runs up on the high line, runs a little bit wide. White flag now on display. John Shaw has come up into 3rd place into the Caltex Abilene machine. We've got just 2 corners left to negotiate for our leader, Jamie Jones. What a terrific race, has virtually led from start to finish. Across the strike he comes to take the checkered flag. Terrific run from him. In 2nd place it's Davies, 3rd place to John Shaw.